Hello, welcome to the Daily Try, the daily podcast that supports you on your fertility journey. Day 2 on the podcast. Woo! Today I'm going to talk about the 2-week wait and how exhausting it can be. I don't know if anyone is listening has gone through the 2-week wait, but basically what it is when you go through an embryo transfer. So when they put a fertilized embryo inside you, you then are supposed to wait 2 weeks before you know if you're pregnant or not. So it's 2 weeks doesn't sound that long if you haven't been through it, but it feels when you're going through it like it is forever. It's mentally consuming. It feels like time stretches on forever, and that waiting for to see what the result is, to see if all of those injections, all that medication, all that going to the doctors, going to the OBGYN, going to the clinics to see if that's worked. You're just waiting for that. And when you're going through this 2-week wait, you start become hyper aware of everything that's going on in your body. So every little twinge, every little ache, every headache, every cramp, every wave of tiredness, suddenly you think, oh, that's it, I'm definitely pregnant, because I feel really tired, and you feel really tired when you're pregnant. And even though you're trying to stay sensible and you're trying to say, no, that could just be that I am actually tired, it's really hard not to get excited by these things. So I know when on one of my 2-week waits, I was really sick. I remember I was in the supermarket and I was going up and down the aisles and I felt so ill. I really thought, I am going to throw up. I need to get out of here before I throw up. And I was like, yes, this is great. I'm going to throw up. It must mean I'm pregnant. Unfortunately, it didn't. But that's what happens. It's like everything you think. That means that finally everything you've been hoping for has actually happened. And it's exhausting. And I think what makes it even harder is that the outside world just carries on as if nothing's happening, because for everyone else it's just normal life. It's just you still have to do everything you always did. Go to work, catch up with family, do your errands, go to the gym or whatever it is. All normal stuff. But at the back of your mind, you've got this, am I or aren't I? And you just want to know. And if you're going through it more than once, more often than once every few months, I mean, it can even, if you've managed to pin down your ovulation and you know when you're ovulating and you have sex at the right time, you've still got the 2-week wait then. And it's so regardless of whether you're doing IVF or trying naturally, you've got this waiting period before you know if you're going to be pregnant or not. And that was one of the things that really got me, is how early people were testing on this 2-week wait. Some people were testing literally the day after, and it's like, that is just not going to happen. But people are testing every single day, and the 2-week wait is not just about patience, it's also about emotional stamina. And I think part of the reasons that many women feel unsupported during the fertility journey is there's lots of talk about ovulation, timing, supplements and testing, but far less talk about what all this repeated anticipation does to your nervous system, because you're like, oh, am I? Oh, yeah, no. And it's really hard, and it affects every part of you. It affects you mentally, physically, and I'm sure you become difficult with people that are around you. So I think we need to not see the 2-week wait, not pretend that the 2-week wait is some perfectly calm, serene experience that, you can just zen out and just wake up at the end and do your test and find out if you're pregnant or not. But it's just finding more ways to make that wait a way to survive. So maybe it's creating anchors within that 2 weeks, finding things that you can use to feel like it's more normal. And maybe it's listening to music, maybe it's a bath, a walk, do some journaling. And I think the analog stuff is really important. So the non-digital things, because when I was going through the 2-week wait, the first time I had, I think I had some spotting, and I posted online about this, and two women, it was in a Facebook group, two women said, "Oh well, you've obviously got a chemical pregnancy." So for those of you who don't know, a chemical pregnancy is basically when your body is telling because of the chemicals you're taking with IVF, your body thinks that it's pregnant, but it's actually really, really early, and it's not a viable pregnancy. So it's kind of like the drugs are kind of interpreting things and making it look like you're pregnant. And you can still get a really early pregnancy test to say yes, but then the HCG levels die away. So you're not actually pregnant long term, and that's what basically had happened to me. But you don't want someone online who you do not know to just go, well, obviously it's this, like write you off. When you're going through this time period, it is so emotional and so difficult because there's so much hope. You really want it to be positive. You don't want someone you don't know to go, well, obviously you're not, just move on, you loser. Well, that's what it feels like. So moving away from these digital things where you don't know who's going to respond, and you don't know the state of mind of the people that are responding. Actually, moving to more offline things can really help you in terms of making a difference, making you feel calmer. So I think it doesn't help if people tell you to calm down and relax, because that's never helpful. But during the 2-week wait, if you are in it right now, when I was doing it, my second one was really hard because it's during COVID and I was in isolation in a hotel, and I'd filled my 2-week, I literally went straight from the clinic in Spain to a hotel in Sydney and did isolation. And so I had friends playing bridge with me online. I had people sent me jigsaw puzzles, spent a lot of time doing those, did some reading. But I now look back and go, how did I get through that and not go absolutely mental? Regardless of the fact that I was doing my 2-week wait, but just the fact that I was in isolation for 2 weeks in a hotel room where the windows didn't open. It was crazy. So it's about to try and hold things together and create that normalcy as much as you can while you're waiting. Because you know that old saying that time goes much faster when you're doing something you enjoy. And you know it yourself. If you're doing something, if you're busy, time goes much faster than if you're just doing nothing, lying around. So you want to try and find things to fill your time and try and take your mind off it so that you can actually get through that 2 weeks. And hopefully, I really hope you get the result you want. But if you are going through the 2-week wait, I'm sending you lots of hug, support, and love, because it's hard. I know, I've been through it a few times. And if you're getting ready to go through it, then all I would say is try and think of things that you can do during that time to take your mind off the actual wait, because you're obviously going to have to wait regardless. But if time goes more quickly, it will make it easier for you. And if you have any questions and you can always comment on the podcast, and you can always email me as well, which is just hello, HELLO, @hoopsie.com. And I'd love to answer any questions, and we can feature on future podcast episodes. So that's it for today. Please join me tomorrow, and where I'm going to talk about your data cycle. Data in your cycle, and that you're more than that. So have a wonderful day, and here's a big hug for you. Bye.